I'm going to take you somewhere. In Numbers chapter 32, verse 23, it actually says, be sure that your sin will find you out. Now, for most of us, we read that, it kind of feels like a threat. You're going to get caught. You're not going to get away with it. We think about Adam and Eve and Cain with Abel and killing him, which you see with Noah, which you see with Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, King David with Bathsheba. And we think about all that. We can even think in our world, remember back in 2009, 2010, a guy that was really loved, remember Tiger Woods, and all of a sudden all these mistresses are showing up. It showed how perverted he had been and all this mess of his marriage and the divorce and everything that happened. You look at that and go, aha. See, that's what it means. Be sure your sin will find you out. It's a threat. Is it? Guys, I think it's kind of interesting. We can go back to the physical aspect to see whether or not it really is a threat or something we should value. To do that, many of you know our East Campus pastor, senior pastor there, is Dr. Andy Laurie, retired now, but the reality is he's got a lot to offer us, so Dr. Laurie's going to kind of weigh in on this. Andy, to you.
All right, David, thanks so much. Well, as some of you guys know, I recently retired from radiology, but I still like the scrubs. They're comfortable, so I wear them every once in a while. But you may not know why I went into radiology to begin with. Not the best of reasons, but it worked for me. One of them has to do with what we're talking about today, guys. Blood. I was so squeamish at the sight of blood. A doctor squeamish at blood's not a good thing, but thankfully, radiology, x-rays, no blood on them, so we're all good. Second thing is I'm a bit of a germaphobe. Now, some of you know me are kind of chuckling now because you know I'm more than a bit of a germaphobe. Check this out. I keep this at my house. A 1-gallon jug of hand sanitizer here. I'm a lot of a germaphobe, and thankfully, no germs on x-rays, so again, radiology, we're all good. But I want to talk about being a germaphobe, a spiritual germaphobe, because I think it may be helpful for you. So to do that, let's take a look at this picture here. Now what you're looking at here, something that, although it looks cute and fuzzy, it's like a big chia pet or something there, guys, it's very dangerous. You're looking at E. coli there. E. coli, if that happens to get into our bloodstream, it can lead to something called sepsis. It gets into our bloodstream, that E. coli bacteria, and then it starts putting out toxins. It drops our blood pressure, destroys tissues and organs, and in fact, a third of the time, even with all of our medicine available to us, people still die from it. It's very dangerous. In fact, that cute little bacteria, it's lethal. Guys, we need to start seeing sin like that. Sin, we need to see it as a spiritual bacteria. Don't get near it. It's not nice. It's not cute. It's lethal. It's lethal to us physically and certainly spiritually. It can destroy our soul. If we become good spiritual, if you will, bacteria germaphobes and stay away from sin, it can go a long, long way to keeping us safe. But there's a second thing I want you to see as well, and that is this. Because once that bacteria gets into our bloodstream, there's one thing and one thing only that's going to take care of it, and that's this. IV antibiotics. Guys, nothing else will do the trick. Nothing else will be the cure to destroy that bacteria. Well, guys, it's the same thing with that spiritual bacteria of sin. Once it gets rooted into our life, there's nothing we can do on our own to take care of it. We can't be good enough, nice enough, moral enough. The only way to get rid of that spiritual bacteria of sin is we need a really good spiritual antibiotic, and that's Jesus. So guys, hopefully through this talk you will become good spiritual germaphobes and stay away from that sin, and then understand very clearly why we need Jesus as our spiritual antibiotic. And David's got a whole lot more for you on that, so enjoy the rest of the teaching, and I'll just put a little of this on.